risk we are looking at in the near future? Because many Kenyans reading this headline, 5 billion shillings a day debt stress for Ruto. Tasema ni pesa ya serikali. Ruto will deal with it. Yet we've seen nations that have defaulted and what kind of consequences get to the citizens, like Ghana and the rest. What should Kenyans prepare for if this situation continues or we get into a critical level of debt distress?
Fred, let me also join my colleague in passing and my condolences and mourning with our sister, Dr. Mumbingaro, on the loss of her husband, Francis, Dr. Francis, and the family. We pray for strength. I think the discussion is very well painted on the front page there of Daily Nation. When you see the progression of our debt, and that alone should worry Kenyans. If they look at Kibaki time, Uhuru time, and now in red is this particular moment, you can begin to worry about even just the color, red. It's very scary. And that the president seemed to be smiling in that photo doesn't give very good hope in terms of control. I worry about, Kenya should worry about 3 levels of institutions or people. One level is the people who are so many in that office called economic advisors. Yeah. And we worry about those people. What do they do in that place so that we reach places like this in terms of our debt? Then, you know, the other group of people that we must begin to worry about are my friends, Daktari here, the parliamentarians. Because for the debt to get to this level, Parliament is very much involved. Do the members of Parliament in this country understand that one of the ways you'll be judged, not only on earth, but everywhere, is how you ran your economy? How did you run your economy to the place where you brought danger to the country? But you see, once you have silenced the legislature, which is a strategy that the executive would use, silence or capture the legislature, you'll find members of parliament are worried more about a small amount of money called the CDF than about the debt, which is going into trillions. Not knowing that actually if you deal with the debt, it will be easy then to deal with the money that goes into devolution and also money that goes into CDF and so on. So I want Kenyans to worry about this debt. 5 billion a day is going to be attached to you as a Kenyan. And even just from that, on a daily basis, all of us carry that burden, and they should begin to worry about that. My fear is the president is struggling right now to try and get monies into the country. So China is straddling now between China and then you have the West. So it's going to be what we have to take a diplomatic angle in each case to try and get some money. But everybody is telling us, IMF is telling us, you guys, it's not going to be easy. You see what China has done is they're doing their business as usual. But when you go to try and take your dish or your bowl for borrowing money, people are telling you it's going to be more difficult for you. You have to do some things differently. And what are those things? What is it that we are doing with our treasury? What are we doing with the debt or the borrowings that we have made? What are we doing with the money that we have gotten? That's a question for another day. So you're telling me to paint a grimmer picture. It cannot be painted more than I have seen, painted in the newspaper, that Kenyans should worry and discuss and talk about the debt. Paying 1.8 trillion back from what we collect is an impossible task. So what do we do thereafter? What is our discussion? Right now our discussions are very petty. But this is a very important thing that must come onto the forefront of our discussion, political discussions. Political parties should pick up this and start talking about this. Educate Kenyans about the risk that is there. What is it that Kibaki, with a very small debt, did turn the country around that Uhuru and even now Ruto could not do with so much money in their hands? You know, I do really want us to worry about, but then also advise the presidency that this is not the time to do politicking. This is not the time to do more promises. This is not the time to try and look like things are normal. This is a time to think about a situation which is a crisis. Okay. And now let's see what do we do in a crisis situation, rather than trying to make it look like, you know, let's go out there, talk to the people, always talking to the people, to soothe their feelings or to make them feel like that things are okay. No, it's good to prepare the people. Mm-hmm. It's good to be open and say, you guys, looking bleak here. Let's see what we can do together. Okay. Yeah, I think for Kenyans, they must begin to think along those lines.
I raise this question about the role of parliamentarians, as Bwana Poghisio says. You've been part of the budget-making process, the Budget and Appropriations Committee. Just recently, we had the former chair of that committee come out and